Right, giving all the praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kodash. Giving double honors to the elder apostles of GMS. Do this video about corrupt rulership, corrupt leaders, right? Corrupt leaders. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I do a lot of videos concerning the states, Babylon the Great itself, which is actually really supposed to prophesy against. But I'm here in the UK. But I like anything that I see. I like to scrutinize it because naturally, as prophets, that's what we're supposed to do. So, regardless of what country it's in, we are, as our job as prophets is to report, right, and scrutinize the rulership that we're in, the hypocrisy of it, the instability of it, the decay of it, everything else. Let me just bring this up.
The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship.
Right. So that was Chuck Schumer, right? So we know he's a small hat, right? He's a small hat. He's obviously a United States politician. I believe he's part of the New York Senate. Basically, yeah, that's what he's saying, right? But that's what he said this year, 2024. So that was updated yesterday, September the 5th, 2024, right? So they said the ultimate goal is to help the dreamers. And you know what? We know that the scriptures talk about them that they that dream or they that dream lift up fools. Dreams lift up fools, right? Because ultimately they don't give a damn about bringing in the immigrants and the elevation of society. They're trying to destroy the society. They're trying to destroy it by bringing, and that's happening all throughout Europe, really the world, but mainly Europe. And that was part of this guy, what's his name? The president of Hungary, he brought out the documentations. It was a conceited plan to bring in the immigrants, to bring in the stability to European nations. Because remember, so really to bring in chaos out of chaos, because really, or order out of chaos, right? And which is the NWO system, right? They want as much chaos as possible so they can bring in the new system. So I just wanted to bring this one out, right? This is, come on, post, right? So this is what the same guy, Chuck Schumer, this is what he's saying in 2009, right?
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. Until the American people are convinced that we will stop future flows of illegal immigration, we will make no progress on dealing with the millions of illegal immigrants who are here now and on rationalizing our system of legal immigration. Illegal, wrong, plain and simple.
So he says what in one hand 2009 that is wrong, and now this year he's saying, oh yeah, it's good. We're supposed to so we're supposed to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's total hypocrisy. He says one thing, and then he says something else, right? So what does that show you? That shows that and these are your politicians, these are your leaders. So I'm just gonna get this right here. First, I want to get this one out. This is James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? And we know that the so-called white man himself, the US lawmakers, they're constantly changing the laws. But when you go inside the Bible, the Bible itself, the law of the Heavenly Father is perfect. You don't need to add anything to it or take anything away from it. Well, when you see the policies and the laws of America, the UK, the laws are ever changing. They're always bringing in something. So it shows you there's great instability Okay, but that's why it says all things cannot be in men because man is not immortal. So man don't know everything. Man doesn't. There's going to be a great level of ignorance to man because man don't know everything. Okay, it says a double-minded man is unstable. So what do we have? Unstable rulers. If I can get that right now, this is let me try and bring this one out. So okay, let me get this. Right. So this is Second Ezra's GNT. Second Ezra's chapter 9, verse 1. Right? In the GNT, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues. Just the point, unstable leaders and confused rulers. So there you go, unstable leaders. Why? Because they're double-minded. Scripture said double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So this guy, one hand is saying one hand he says one thing. I just want to scrutinize that. Once in 2009 he says immigration is wrong, right? And then now he's saying, oh yeah, it's beautiful that we're doing it, okay, to uplift the dreamers and stuff like that. And that right there is a dream. Let me get that. You know, the American dream of the illusion of inclusion. This is Sirach. Chapter 34, verse 1, the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. Right, because it's not there, it's an illusion. Okay, so basically, you're regarding a dream of this inclusion. So it says, verse 5, jump to verse 5, divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fancieth as a woman's heart in travail. So your mind is fancying, you know, hoping of this objective and all this other stuff, right? If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set not thy heart upon them, for dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. So there you go, there you have it, right? So there you go. So you see this guy, what's his name? Chocadero, my guy Truck, the U.S. politician. He's one of them guys in the Senate, New York Senate. He's saying what he said. What did he say? So it says the only way we're gonna have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, all of them. Right, so there you go. The ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but also create a path, to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented immigrants are here. And we see what the Venezuelans did. That's what they're saying. That actually reports are saying that in Venezuela, crime has gone down. Crime has significantly gone down. Why? Because they've already sent all the murderers and all the killers, the drug dealers to the States. But they've been doing that for a long while now. I remember I did a sit down about that like 2 years ago about Venezuela emptying their prisons and sending their criminals over to the States. And actually, it's far more worse than that. Actually, and over there in Colorado, is far more worse than what they're reporting. They're saying that the Venezuelans are wreaking havoc throughout the whole city. Okay, but I just wanted to bring this out because this is Esau. This is Esau, right? In fact, this is what he's doing. Let me just get this down. So this is it right here. This is Proverbs chapter 25. Proverbs 25 verse 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. right? So he'd have no rule over his own spirit. So really, they haven't these lawmakers, right? The politicians, even the vice presidents. They're we all know that they're frontmen for the globalist agenda, but they don't have it. They don't. They can you can clearly see that they're unstable. They don't have it together, and it's like a city without walls. It's open to attack, which is what they want. They want America to be open to attack by the immigrants that they're bringing in. They're flying them in, right? They're shipping them in. All of that. Let me get this Proverbs. Proverbs. Like, yeah, I always talk about this kind of stuff, but it's intriguing. Scriptures talk about international intrigues. This is so. This is Proverbs 25, verse 28 in the GNT, Good News Translation. If you cannot control your anger, you are as helpless as a city without walls, open to attack. Right, so there you go. So that's why they're ultimately bringing in the immigrants. A lot of them are fighting age, right? They're in between the ages of 18 to 32. They're in between that age bracket. They're men of fighting age. A lot of these people saying they're bringing in these are UN soldiers that they're going to deploy at a certain time, right? They got the weapons and everything like that. Okay. So there you go. There you have it. That's what they intend to do. And the reason why they're bringing him in is to destabilize, cause chaos. If I can just bring this as Sirach. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Right? So all the officials, all the vice presidents, all the politicians, all the state governors, they really was meant to have one mind. Right? You shouldn't really have the liberals. You shouldn't have one side of the government and then another side of the government, like the Senate. You shouldn't have a split in between the two. You shouldn't have the Democrats and the Republicans. Okay, you shouldn't have the Labour Party and so forth and so on. They're all meant to be of one mind. That's why the Heavenly Father is raising up the tabernacle of David, which is brothers that within this belief system that know that we're Israelites. And what they say, we're all supposed to be of the same mind, singing the same song. So the scriptures say that the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is such all day that dwell therein. Is the point, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. But we see that they're deliberately trying to destroy the average American citizen and really trying to infuriate them to arise up against the ruler, because that's the incentive. So they can now accuse the average citizen of being a domestic terrorist and then clamp down with the draconian measures, martial law, all of that. That's really the aim, the end game of it is to is depopulation, to kill the people of the world, really the world, not just in America, but in Britain, the UK, the world over. Right, so this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Exactly, because they lose respect because they see that their kings and princes, their politicians, your prime ministers, your PMs, right, are not for you. They're not really for you. They're not advocating for your freedom. Right, they're trying to restrict all that. So if I can just bring this out a second, let me see what it says. It was 15 GNT. GNT. Salakia. Try to bring this out. It says 15. So it says, let me start. This is right. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. in the GNT, right? The world and the people in it are doomed, right? So the world, talking about this age, is doomed, and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations with guns, okay? Military equipment. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government, right? So there's a lot of political turmoil. We're seeing that. We're seeing that between the Kamala Harris and the Trump administration. We're seeing political turmoil. We're seeing that even over here in the UK with Keir Starmer, right? We're seeing a lot of political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control. So we're seeing the Kamala Harris administration trying to overpower the Trump administration, okay, while ignoring the legitimate government, okay? There will no longer be free access to the cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. So this is what's coming. You're not going to have any there'll be no longer free access to the cities. So you're going to have to provide proof that you've received the poison, for you to have access to a certain area, right? So what does that show you? A restriction of movement, restriction of travel. So a struggle for power will bring destruction, right? Because they say, like I said before, if Kamala Harris wins, all hell is going to break loose. That's going to bring a lot of destruction, terror, and anarchy, a civil war. And it's going to happen here too. In the UK, it's going to happen here too, right? So there you go. That's 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14 to verse 17 in the GNT version, right? Right? But I just wanted to bring that out. So all this instability among the political turmoil is going to cause the people to rise up, and even the rising up is going to be controlled, because there's something called controlled opposition. So that's why you have the Antifa. They're actually being controlled. There is actually being proven that a lot of the members within the Antifa over there, the states that's protesting over there, a lot of them are former members of the BLM, protesters within the BLM. A lot of them are actually rich. They come from rich European families. They're being flown over to participate in this protesting. So even that in itself is going to be controlled. Like the BLM, that was controlled, that was funded. So all in the aims to, really get this NW order system on the go. So there you go, there you have it. So that's what's going to happen. But anyway, Shalom, hope you're edified.